Hey, welcome back to Sunbird Garage. In this episode, it's going to be kind of a weird retrospective as to how a almost 52-year-old guy, this guy, gets into Pontiac Sunbirds. How does that even happen? I don't know. So as you can see, the garage still isn't done, but hey, look, ductwork stuff. So we're actually making progress on the ductwork finally. And once that's done, I can get the drywall guy in here and get this thing drywalled and hopefully buttoned up before the end of the year. I think, fingers crossed. But anyway, how did I get into Sunbirds? Seems weird. I've had these cars for 8 years. I actually had a red car. I'll put a little picture over here that I found up in Minnesota. And oh god, when was that? 2016? I don't remember now. And looked great. Brought it home. Turned out to be a complete rot box. But anyway, brought that car home. And then shortly thereafter, my wife found this car, the silver car. And actually, I'm gonna tell that story. So the silver car, 2 years before I bought that red car, my wife found this car. 16-year-old kid was driving it. She chased him all the way home, pulled into his driveway, and he jumped out all scared that he was in trouble or did something. And she said, no, my husband used to have a car just like this in high school, and would you want to sell it? No, we don't want to sell it. So anyway, I buy the red car, and then shortly after I buy the red car, he calls her. So 2 years later, he called her. He kept her number all that time and called her and said, hey, we're ready to sell that car if you're still interested. And my wife said, you need to go buy that car. Well, I don't need a second Sunbird, but when your wife tells you to go buy a car, you listen. So, and I'm glad I did, because that red car turned out to be a complete rot box. And I've had so much enjoyment with this car over the last 8 years I've had it. It's been 5 power tours, a couple times to Woodward, a few other cruises, but it's not what I wanted. The original goal of that red car was to turn it into my high school car, which I'll throw some pictures over here. So my first car in high school was actually my sister's hand-me-down 1980 Pontiac Sunbird, 4-cylinder, automatic, complete piece of junk. Thing didn't run for crap. Broke down on me a few times. I've only got one picture of it, surprisingly, but so there it is. And so I'm in high school, and I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we could put a small block Chevy in one of these? I didn't know they actually came with V8s at that time. So anyway, we ended up finding another Sunbird, 76 Pontiac Sunbird at an auction. Bought it for $50, brought it home. Motor was completely, blown. The car was, 12 years old at the time? This is probably 1988. And the car was a complete rot box. The floor was gone. The motor was toast. So we tore it all apart as 16, 17-year-old kids, welded in a floor, learned a lot of stuff building that car, and I drove it all through high school with that 327. Absolute blast. And that's really where the love of these cars came from, is that high school experience of driving that car for 3 years, 2.5 years through high school. And unfortunately spun a bearing in it probably the year after I graduated. So I graduated in 91, spun a bearing in it in like 92-ish, probably 93-ish maybe, and then pulled it apart, going to school, going to college, and I said, I'm done with these cars. I'm never going to do this again. Sold all my stuff except for the 327. So fast forward 34 years, or 30 some odd years, I buy the red car, I buy the silver car, I buy the Formula, which who knows if that project will get done right. This part, I've been working on this car for, oh God, I bought this home in November of 2016. And, if you've been following me any length of time, you've seen what this car looked like when I brought it home. And I'll throw that picture over here somewhere. Over here, I don't know. It's come a long way, but I stalled out. I need to get back to work on this car, but I haven't had a hot rod ever since I got back into these cars. And we're gonna fix that. So I have bought another car. It is not here. It is actually down at my buddy Bill Lynch's house, and we're gonna build it down there. So Here's some parts. I got some other videos I took of some parts. We're gonna use that same 327. Actually, go look at the 327. So there she is. There's the 327. That is the same 327 that was in my high school Sunbird in I think we put the car together probably originally in 88, 89. And again, like I said, I ran this motor until it spun a bearing in 1992, 3, somewhere in that ballpark. And I rebuilt the motor when I bought that red car with the intention of putting this motor in that car and rebuilding my high school car. That car turned into a rot box, motor was rebuilt, and it's been sitting. Actually, Bill put this motor together for me. I had it rebuilt at the motor shop. They did the short block. Bill put the heads and everything else on it together, put the cam in it. So it's been sitting here for, oh gosh, since 2018. So 6 years. So, but yeah, there she is. I've had this motor for 34 years. I actually tried to cut my fingers off. You know, when I was a kid, I stuck my fingers in the fan blade and about took them off. But anyway, there's the motor. It's going in this new car that I bought. And here's some other parts over here. Mail call. So it should be 1 cylinder head and 1 intake manifold. And the rest of it should be here sometime today, according to FedEx. We'll see. Oh, look at that. There you go. Catalog. Advertising stuff. Water neck gasket. Distributor gasket. Valve cover gaskets. And 1 cylinder head. Only the best. Made in China, I'm sure. But these are supposed to be pretty decent heads. 64cc chambers, straight plug, 180 cc intake runners. 327, you want a smaller intake runner, so these should be good. Had a good hour-long conversation with the guy at Summit when I was putting this order together. So other head should be here shortly today. Oh, wait, there's more stuff in here. Intake manifold gaskets, exhaust gaskets, and intake bolts. Box number 2. Box number 2. Open. Ooh, look what we got. We got bubbles. Bubble wrap. Invoice. Head gaskets. Yeah, buddy. Gaskets. Oh wait, maybe this is everything. I thought it'd be. Yeah, this must be the other cylinder head, and then my my intake manifold. Performer. It's a 1500 to, or no, I take that back. Idle to 5500 RPM intake manifold. My cam's a little big for that, but my torquer that's on the engine now is definitely not correct. So for what I'm doing with the car. So yeah, that's everything. Cylinder heads, intake manifold, all my gaskets. Should be good. There you go. Best Chinese head you can buy. Maybe, I don't know. Flotex, 180cc intake runners, 64cc combustion chambers. I gotta figure out what you gotta torque these studs to. But yeah, look pretty good. I've never had an aluminum set of heads. I like them. So there's the old 327 buried here in the corner. So she'll be going on in the green car here very soon. Well, it's almost travel day, so we've got the Rogue loaded up. So what we got in here? Overflow tank, all my gaskets, motor mounts are down there, motor plates are down there, headers, intake manifold, cylinder heads, radiator, and let me introduce you to the first small block Chevy swap Nissan Rogue, my 327, which is actually a 333. It's bored 40 over. Alternator brackets are in here, power steering brackets in here. I think I've got everything we need. I'm sure we'll probably need a few things here and there, but yeah, she's overloaded. According to the book, it's got a weight carrying capacity of almost 1,100 pounds. It squatted quite a bit when I put this engine in there, but I should be under that. What's a small block weigh? 550-ish pounds with heads, something like that. So I should be under that, so I think I'm okay, but we'll find out. Anyway, off to Bill's in the morning or afternoon or something tomorrow. Well, we're on our way to Bill's. We're about 3 hours into the trip. It's about 8 hours to get there, so I've got about 5 hours or so still to go. Rogue is very, very well loaded, so, but making good time. Rogue seems to be handling okay. Kind of feels like I'm pulling a trailer that's not quite perfectly loaded out, but yeah, she'll be fine. Anyway, onward, hopefully to be at Bill's here in the next 5 hours. Yeah. Well, after 9.5 hours, we're basically at Bill's. He lives back here in the sticks. I think I hear banjos playing back here. But yeah, we'll be there momentarily. Thankfully, we made it safe and sound. Well, we successfully made it to Bill's yesterday. I've seen my car. It's over in here someplace. And it is nice. The body is really nice, clean, solid. Not a lot of rust. Actually, there's no rust on it, really. Interior leaves a little bit to be desired, which I'll show you in a minute. But I've got most of those parts. So I think we're in good shape. But yeah, this is where Bill lives, down here in Tennessee. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous down here. Quiet. I love it. But yeah, in a few weeks we'll have the Cosworth roundups. Actually, not even a few, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now? 3 weeks from now? Something like that. Cosworth roundup will be here. So let me go show you the car when Bill wakes up. So here we go into Bill's Monza Palace. He's got a lot of nice stuff in here. Here's his yellow 78 Spider. His wife's 77 Monza Mirage. Got a couple 2-post lifts in here. So we got a good place to work. So, but yeah, there's his Spider. Beautiful. Mirage. All original Mirage. Which, if you look at the stripes, they're kind of tattered and torn. They actually replaced these stripes because they had a recall on them because they failed so badly. So they actually, a lot of the factory cars, they replaced these. But his is one of the few that actually has the original stripes still on it. So I think he should replace them, but he likes the original. It's only original once. So there you go. But yeah, this car's only got like 20-some thousand miles on it. 19,768 it says. So beautiful. There's his drag car that he's had since he was a baby. Here's his wide body car that he's been building. He just got this. It was his dad's Firebird. Not sure what the plan is for that yet. And then there she is. My new high school car. Let me put this stuff down. So there it is, 78 Pontiac Sunbird. It was originally in California, I take it, I understand. And then it was shipped to Florida, where my other buddy Bill, who lives in Alabama, bought it. Basically, he bought it as, I think, a parts car, maybe. But he never did anything with it. So I knew he had been trying to sell it, so I reached out to him and said, yeah, I think I might be interested. Because I wanted to build my high school car for 8 years now. And so now we've got the platform to build my high school car. Basically, my high school car was exactly like this. Small window coupe. Mine had a fold-down rear seat. This one doesn't. But other than that, same car. V6 automatic. No air conditioning. We're going to try to get this running just to for something to do. And then it's coming out, gone. And in its place will be that 327, which was in the high school car, which I've said 9,000 times probably in this video. So this is what we're starting with. Let me show you the interior. The interior needs a little bit of work. Actually, it needs a lot of work. The dash is in great shape, surprisingly, coming from Florida and California. The door cards are in decent shape. They got speakers. You can't see it over there. There's speakers cut into them. This one doesn't work. So, but yeah, they cut speakers in there. There's the speaker wire. I gotta fix that. The seats are atrocious. I gotta fix that. The back seat's loose in there. The side panels are crumbling. The A-pillars are crumbling. The headliner is gonna give you nightmares. So, but we can fix all that. The important part is the car is solid. There's no rust. It's a rust-free car. So, I think this will do. Yeah, more walk-around stuff. So, it's even got the bumper fillers. Usually these rot and fall off. Grill's in great shape. I've got, oh God, half a dozen or so of NOS replacement crest emblems, so I can put a new one in there. Bumper's in great shape. Got a little dent here, but who cares? You know, no rot under the vinyl that I can see. Maybe there might be something there. I don't know. Trunk is clean. A couple small dents here and there. I had these eagles glued all over it for some reason. There's a dent there. A little bit dent around the mirror. But for what we're building, this will do.
I think it'll work.
Think it'll work, Bill?
Yeah, it's perfect ugly green.
Burnouts by the end of the video? Maybe next video.
Can we call it Howlett green?
It's funny, I had a Nova, the exact same color, 78 Nova, the same color. So, yeah, my buddy Chris Howlett has a 78 Monza Sport Coupe. It's the same exact color. So, but, yeah.
Well, he's got the same color interior green, too, which is even
That's
green.
right, yeah, his has got a green interior. So, yeah, we'll get to work on her. So there you have it. This will be my high school car resurrected that I've been wanting to build for forever. So wish me luck. This is the first video of this series, I guess. And then hopefully we'll have another video right after this one with the motor in it, and hopefully maybe possibly running. I don't know. See how far we get this week. I'm only here for 5 or 6 days. Bill's about 9 hours from me, 8.5, 9 hours from me. So it's kind of a haul to get down here. But I gotta say thank you to Bill, because I don't think I could do this on my own right now. So I certainly don't have the space for it. He obviously does. So, and he's got lots of skills. So again, thanks to Bill for helping me with this project, and more to come. Thanks for watching.